What is going on, everyone? It's Super here, and welcome to another Injustice 2 video. Now today, we're going to be talking about some Fighter Pack 3, and in no way, shape, or form is any of this confirmed at all. We're just having a little discussion here. We're just talking, speculating, because in my opinion, this is, at least for me, like the most fun when it comes to like DLC characters, because yeah, it's all great when we actually get to play the characters, but as far as like the excitement, this is like the calm before the storm. This is like my favorite part, when I have no clue who the characters are going to be. I have no clue who, you know, this giant surprise is going to be for Fighter Pack number 3. Of course, we still have Hellboy, so, you know, jumping the gun a little bit about Fighter Pack number 3. But that's like the brand new shiny toy, you know what I mean? Like, or I guess the I don't know, Christmas present that's just there under the tree that you have no clue what it is when you know what everything else is. You know, that's like Hellboy right now. He's coming, but we already know about Hellboy, but we have this, you know, amazing, you know, surprise that is waiting for us. Maybe amazing, maybe it's not. So that's what I want to talk about here. And before I get started with the actual, you know, topic, discussion, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people have been messaging me about the quote-unquote leaked trailer details. Not the actual, like, trailer, like the video, but the details from, you know, quote-unquote an employee from, like, NetherRealm Studios. I believe that it wasn't even spelled NetherRealm Studios. I don't even remember what the hell it was. I don't have the paper here. I'm just here to tell you guys, or I don't have the notes or anything. I'm just here to tell you guys that that is 100% fake. You could probably obviously tell, but a lot of people have been messaging me, and you know, I can't reply to everyone, so I figured I will mention it at the beginning of this video just to give you guys an idea of what was, you know, quote unquote supposed to happen in the Fighter Pack 3 reveal. I believe the characters were like Constantine, Adam, and Spawn. And the way that this person described the trailer was, Hellboy was, oh, hold on, I think it starts off with Black Manta on the ground, and then it pans out to like Raiden being all beaten, and then it goes into like Adam being small and then turning big, like revealing himself. And then it goes on to Hellboy, who's also beaten, you know, going with the theme of Fighter Pack 1 and 2. And then he like throws his cigarette at Darkness, and then Constantine catches it. And there was some cheesy line that was said in this, you know, quote-unquote description. And then at the end, you know, like Spawn comes out like a badass. That was like a short description of this, you know, fake post by this person. I wonder how much time he put into that, because a lot of people actually did believe it. And if it wasn't for like the spelling errors, I think even more people would have, you know, come forth and told me about this. I got a ton of tweets, and I just haven't even covered it. Like, this is old news, but I'm just like letting you guys know that if you guys see anything out there from, you know, quote unquote an employee from NetherRealm, as far as like an art design guy, you know, game programmer, any of that stuff, all that is going to be fake. There's even some Mortal Kombat leaks that are, you know, definitely fake from quote-unquote an employee from NetherRealm. So just want to throw that out there in case you guys see something fishy. Don't believe it. We're just going to have to wait until this comes out. So now let's talk about the actual topic, which is who is going to be the huge surprise for Fighter Pack number 3. Now, this character in Fighter Pack number 3 was mentioned by Ed Boon that he or she will be the biggest surprise in any of their fighting games. Injustice 1, MK9, I don't know why I went to Injustice and then back to MK9. Let's start all over. MK9, Injustice, MKX, and Injustice 2. This character will be the biggest surprise. Now, what could be bigger than, you know, some of these characters that have been guest characters? You know, Freddy Krueger, Scorpion was probably huge for Injustice, like a huge surprise whether you liked it or not. that he was going to be in the game, that was probably a huge surprise. You know, Alien, Predator, Jason, Leatherface. Leatherface was actually a giant surprise for me. So who could be like more surprising and shocking than those characters? That's what we're here to, you know, talk about. Of course, if you guys have any ideas, share them in the comments section. But what's going around at the moment is that a lot of people think that this character is going to be a Marvel character or a Street Fighter character. A lot of people are thinking, based on, you know, some Ed Boon tweets and, you know, just in general what Ed Boon has, you know, been like comparing. He's been talking a lot about Thor. He's been talking a lot about, you know, Marvel stuff. He actually had a picture where he compared when he said this is the closest we'll get to Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. You know, things that Ed Boon has said in the last couple of weeks have led people to believe that there's a very high chance that the surprise character will be a Marvel or a Street Fighter character. Now, obviously, that would be mind-blowingly huge. Now, one thing I will say, I don't think that a Marvel character owned by Disney would have a chance to make it. And of course, I guess that means any of the Avengers or any of the cinematic universe characters like Thor that he has been tweeting about. I don't think he's gonna make it. There's some people say Black Panther. I think he's owned by Disney as well. I don't think he's gonna make it, but it would be awesome for a character owned by Fox to be able to, you know, cooperate with WB to, you know, maybe share the rights to one of those characters. And of course, I'm talking about some of the X-Men characters, some of the Fantastic Four characters. Just imagine how awesome it would be to have the Silver Surfer in Injustice 2. This never even entered my mind until a lot of people have been, you know, talking about the potential of maybe a Marvel character. And then my mind exploded. Forget Dr. Manhattan, forget Spawn, forget any other character for me. The Silver Surfer would be like the greatest DLC character of all time. It's a guy who has the power cosmic, you know, he's Galactus's herald, pretty much like his right-hand man, has amazing powers, and best of all, my introduction to the Silver Surfer was watching the animated cartoon series. That's how I got introduced to pretty much all these different comic book characters like Spider-Man, like the X-Men, of course Silver Surfer, and a bunch of others. Man, those were the days. On Channel 11, turn on the cartoons, you would get all these different animated series, and that's when I started, you know, loving Silver Surfer. I actually really liked the, you know, portrayal. Actually, not really. I'm gonna take that back. I liked the way Silver Surfer looked in the Fantastic Four movie. That was a complete disaster. They completely messed up on Galactus, but I actually like the way Silver Surfer looked. But just imagine like the cool stuff that he would be able to do, you know, if he could be floating on the surfboard. And I remember Ed Boon in the same interview where he said that this character was going to be a huge surprise. He mentioned that the character in Combat Pack 3, or Fighter Pack 3 I should say, is going to have a gameplay that you've never seen before in any fighting game. So someone as strong as the Silver Surfer, you know, being on his surfboard, there's just like endless possibilities. But of course, this is just like me. This is sort of like me wishing that this could be a thing. But if there would be any Marvel characters that you guys would see be able to be used by WB potentially in this game, write them down in the comment section. A lot of other people were talking about Akuma potentially making it onto Injustice. You know, Akuma has already crossed over into different, you know, fighting games like Tekken. And I think Tekken did Akuma justice. He has so many like really cool looking combos. He has awesome gameplay in Tekken 7, so there would be no reason why NetherRealm wouldn't be able to do a really good job doing a character like Akuma that has, you know, the versatility to do many things. But I would see a Street Fighter character be possible. Like just one. Maybe test the waters a little bit. Maybe open up that door with Capcom. Starting off from, you know, Capcom letting NetherRealm work with one of their characters. Now, of course, a game like Injustice would be perfect for that because there is no fatalities. Capcom does not want Ryu to get fatality by someone like Scorpion. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we don't have Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat yet, because the, you know, huge differences in not only gameplay but also in you know, in violence, in art design, stuff like that. But a game like Injustice, it would be a nice little, you know, open door to potentially having some sort of partnership in the future, because of course a Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter game would literally be the biggest fighting game of all time. Like, that is the dream crossover. A Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter, having all the classic Street Fighter characters versus all the classic Mortal Kombat characters. That is definitely a dream come true. It would be the biggest fighting game of all time, and a lot of people would buy it. A lot of people would be happy about it. It's just pretty much like the creative differences is what's stopping this from happening. Even Ed Boon has confirmed that, you know, of course NetherRealm wants to be the company that works on the gameplay, and then of course Capcom wants to work on their gameplay, wants to do things their way. That's why we don't have that Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter game, unfortunately. But I would see a character like Akuma being included in this game. So that is going to be the end of today's video. Just a little discussion for you guys. Nothing really serious. Just wanted to talk about some Fighter Pack number 3, because I haven't really been uploading Fighter Pack 3 stuff or, you know, any of that recently. I've just been focusing on trying to get this legendary gear and, you know, just get as many of those as I can before the new wave comes, because of course we're expecting more. And just waiting on Hellboy to see the Hellboy trailer and more information about Fighter Pack 3. So any news, you guys know, I'll keep you guys updated. So that's going to be the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. What's going on? It's Super here, and thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys subscribed if you are not already. Also, check out any of these videos linked at the top. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.